Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Coming to you from the North Shore. It's called that because of the proximity to Chicago. We're in the north suburbs today, particularly Glencoe, Illinois. And I'm on my way over to the Chicago Botanic Garden. So I've been there once before. It's a beautiful 385 acre property. I think it's got about 27 gardens, a bunch of walkway areas. I'm going to take you over there and check it out here in a second, but as a reminder, just if you wouldn't mind giving my channel a like and a subscribe. I try to visit nature preserves, historical locations, museums, that sort of thing. So if that sort of content interests you and you like my personality, please just consider giving my channel a like and a subscribe. Anyways, without further ado, let's head over to the Chicago Botanic Garden. Come and join me. So I'm walking along here, Illinois Route 68, or Dundee Road, heading over to the back entrance to the Chicago Botanic Garden. Now the main entrance to the garden sits on Lake Cook Road, just north of here. And it doesn't cost anything to get inside the garden, but you do have to pay for parking. And if you're a non-member, it's $25 a car on the weekdays, $30 on the weekends. Or you could buy a membership. So as I mentioned before, you can buy a membership to the Chicago Botanic Garden. I'll put a link in the description below to their website, and you can take a look at what types of things they offer as far as memberships are concerned. But we're going to keep walking over there, and I'm going to take you in through the back entrance, and we're going to walk through the prairie on our way over to the actual gardens and the main entrance there. Here's the back entrance from Dundee Road. So because my sister lives in Glencoe and she's about a 5-minute walking distance from here, I'm able to park my car and just walk over through this back entrance. Don't have to make any kind of reservations, don't need to pay for parking. So I've tried to take advantage of this as much as I possibly can, utilizing it here in this YouTube video. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Chicago Botanic Garden. Not sure if you can hear it on this video, but this back entrance here is pretty close to Interstate 94, the Edens Expressway. You hear the traffic going by from inside this back entrance here. Head over to the Prairie Walk. I'll get you some footage of that. This is a part of the gardens I have not seen yet. Dixon Prairie. This takes you over to the main entrance and all the other gardens that the Botanic Garden is known for. Take a walk through here and head on over to the main entrance area. This particular path here in the prairie talks about aggressive intruders, plants that have taken over certain sections of the prairie. Now this here's the little kid in me. I saw this bridge from afar and I just had to walk on it. So that's what we're going to do. There's the garden that way. There's the prairie. And that bridge came out to this boardwalk here. Another look at the prairie. Alright, leaving the prairie and getting closer to the gardens. Here's some information about the prairie. I just walked through the Susan S. Dixon Prairie, dedicated September 21st, 1993. Walked over to the entrance to the visitor center now, and the place is getting quite busy. It's been open for about 3 hours now. They open at 8 to 11, and quite a few people have already shown up. So we're going to go ahead and walk inside here. Just wanted to give you a little quick information about the Chicago Botanic Garden. It's been open for about 45 years now, opened 1972, so almost 50 years. And it's been operated by the Chicago Botanic Society, visited by over 1 million people a year. So it's one of the most popular botanic gardens in the country as far as visitors and people who come to check this place out, like myself. So let's head inside and we'll see more of the botanic gardens. Inside the visitor center, they do have a cafe here, the Garden View Cafe. The menu up front here. As well as a gift shop. Visitor center does provide you with a map. Visitor center. Much of the walkway areas are nearby. Let's go check it out. This room here is the reason why I love coming to the Chicago Botanic Garden. The Bonsai collection. Those of you familiar with the Karate Kid, exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, don't touch the alarm sound. You know, if I could digress for a little bit here, I think the second greatest decision in television history was whoever decided to greenlight Cobra Kai, the Netflix sequel to the Karate Kid. Pretty awesome show. Best decision was obviously HBO greenlighting The Sopranos, but we're jumping off topic here. Let's get back to the bonsais, or bonsais. The second rose garden I've been in a week. I briefly profiled the rose garden at Cantini Museum in Wheaton, Illinois. If you want to check out that video, I'll put a card up at the top. Grassy walkway area that you can take a stroll through. Hey, what's great about this section is you could just smell the roses immediately as you walk in. The smell just reminds me of my mom's potted plants that she would put along the entrance to our house when I was a kid. Heading into the English walled garden now. This is a spot I didn't get to see last time I was here, so looking forward to heading inside. Established 2018. This whole section is walled off by a brick wall here. Kind of adds to the ambiance. This feels so quiet and peaceful in here. Pretty much the entire Botanic Garden feels quiet and peaceful, but this one, the English Walled Garden especially, just because of its isolating feel with this brick wall here. Next to the English Walled Garden is the dwarf conifer garden. You get that by going up these rock steps here. Alright, there's the dwarf conifer garden. Standing here on the dwarf conifer landing. Great view of the grounds here. So this section also has like a little narrow walkway here. Got the names of the plants and the trees. Make it more in depth as to what's in here. Walking over to the Waterfall and Japanese Gardens, followed by Evening Island now. Walking into the Waterfall Garden. You can hear the water flowing. Another shot of the waterfall. Section, this waterfall garden section sits on a hill. Moving closer to the waterfall now. This is the very top of the waterfall garden here. It sits right next to the dwarf conifer. The top of the waterfall is.
And it was definitely a thing of like, oh yeah.
And my second Japanese garden. First one being from my video profiling the Fabian Villa Museum and Japanese Garden in Geneva, Illinois. This one here looks to be about twice the size of that one. Take that back, this Japanese garden's about 3 or 4 times the size of what I saw in Geneva. I'm going to sit in this section here and take a rest for a little bit. Have a chance to catch my breath and my thoughts. in this beautiful Japanese garden. It's called the Zigzag Bridge. There's reasons here. Used to be some kind of Japanese birdhouse. I believe this here is the entrance to the tea room. I stand corrected, it is a Shoin house, which is modeled after Japanese aristocrats and warriors from 1600 to 1853. This is the style of house that they lived in, so it is not a tea house after all. Making another Karate Kid reference here, that house actually reminded me of the second movie where Mr. Miyagi and Daniel go to Okinawa to visit Mr. Miyagi's family. That houses like that are seen quite prominently in the movie. So I kind of thought of that when I was walking past there. So here's the pathway over to Evening Island now, which is right next to the Japanese garden. Stopped here at the Carillon. Some information about it. Saw this from afar while I was walking in. I actually didn't get a chance to come this close to it last time I was here. There. No idea what it is. Looks like an Asian carving. And up to the sensory garden now. I guess the point of this one is it's a garden you take in your senses. You can touch the plants, you can smell them. Woodland Walk, part of the sensory garden. Sensory Garden Arbor Overlook. Just a relaxing spot to take in the sights and sounds of this park. Case in point. This is called the Enabling Garden. Hanging baskets also remind me of my mom and the plants that she would hang up
in front of our house along with the potted plants. Not sure how I missed this, but there is a second room of bonsai trees. I'm not going to show you all of them, but just wanted to get a few more in.
Infinity.
600 to 1,000 years old. Amazing. To document the sculpture here inside the native plant garden. A nice piece of craftsmanship. Just had to share with you all.
Well, that about does it for today from the Chicago Botanic Garden. This was a nice peaceful walk. I really enjoyed my time just kind of taking in the sights, sounds, and smells of this place, located here in the north suburbs of Glencoe, Illinois. As a reminder, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. I try and visit museums, gardens similar to this one, nature preserves, historical places, roadside attractions. Consider giving my channel a like and a subscribe. Anyways, just wanted to say thank you again for joining me. This has been a fun adventure, and hope to see you in the next video.
And just one more thing before we go over there is the fruit and vegetable garden. Didn't get a chance to walk over there and show it to you today. Wanted to keep this video at a watchable length. If I covered every square inch of this property, this probably would have been a 2 to 3 hour video. I think there's a duck right there. So yeah, if you get a chance to come out here on your own, go check out the fruit and vegetable garden over there on that island.